I light a candle to chase away the dark, only to find that it casts a netherworld of shadows, drawing me into its dance of tender destruction. It whispers to me, "You are lost." Voices down the hall are ghosts of my former life, ringing in my ears, mocking my solitude. They are not my people. I long to hear the voice of my beloved, who calls to me in silent tones. Where is my house, my home of endless days? The sound of her making coffee in the kitchen, his slow and heavy step on the stairs. How will the ghosts know where to haunt? Where am I, and what will become of me? Can I endure these dark days that swallow joy? It seems the world is done with me. I try to open my heart, but find only a void. This is my time in the wilderness of loss. So many companions lost along the way. This path is not my garden path, but choked with vines and fallen leaves. Cloud obscures the face of the sun, and I do not know which way is west. I try to run back to you, back to myself, but find only the sound of my own wild heartbeat. Spinning in this room that is not mine, I catch a glimpse of a face in a mirror. The face belongs to someone else, for I am still that girl who played piano. In an alien world that could not see me, I could with outstretched and trembling hand call forth in a marriage of fingertip and ivory a beauty that called down the bells of heaven. Oh, the adventures lived of black notes singing on cream-colored paper. Was the music mine or just passing through me? Sweet music of 1,000 lifetimes, I shall call you forth with dancing fingers. Sitting before the host of ebony and ivory, I turn my back to my tormentors, slipping the bonds of that grown-up world where children are to be seen and not heard. A tumult of melody gives me a voice, soothing the screams that are hot and silent like pulsing stars, forced to kiss with trembling lips the tormented beast. Touch not the cat of Clan Macintosh without a glove. my cherished piano welcomes me to safety, where beauty cascades into streams of love that caress my face like sweet, warm tears, each tone a pearl of love dropped into my thirsty soul. Shelter me, comfort me, I pray. Everywhere I go, I see shadows of my former life. Memories tossed on a sea of tears flood my being each moment that I close my eyes. Even the sweetest time of the year, when thoughts of the world turn to light and love, the holiday feast turns to ashes in my mouth. The festival of dancing lights deepens my darkness. I am learning that losing a life's companion doesn't just leave a hole in the center of your life. A house of mirrors fractures the bedrock of existence. Family scatters, friends flee, foundations crumble. You, my companion in this wilderness, have wrapped your generous comfort around me. Hand in hand we rediscover each morning that shadows are vassals of the kingdom of light. And the dearest friends of all are those who, though they may themselves be coupled, have just the same proved their faithful love in the time of my great uncoupling. Standing naked on the surface of the moon, I cry out for the life-giving water that I crave. O eternal living water, let me swim in you, slake my thirst, become one with my body. Embrace me, Saint Michael the Archangel, comforter of sick and suffering warriors, for you dwell among my thirsty people and stand upon the neck of my tormentor. Let me find strength in the ritual of the Word, sacred writ of scribes and prophets, pouring into my ear the soothing, sacred incantation that transforms torment into redemption. Give me a faith built on the rock of St. Peter, that rises not into ethereal cloud, but manifests here, a talisman in my hand, holy wine upon my tongue. Anchor me here in this place that remembers. Remembering is how we reconstruct the shards of lives shattered by wars of the heart, returning to the origin of everlasting wisdom, claiming our place in the multitude of saints. O God, we are made in your own image, our flesh created of your own life-giving water. The eternal source flows in us and through us, sanctifying my life as a sacred vessel. my son, how I hunger for you. Flesh of my flesh, a life made from my life. You were once as near as my own breathing. We, bound to each other, two notes in one melody. In the tangled underbrush of untold desiring, my wild gaze drew me into the arms of chaos as you struggled on into fragile manhood, and I felt your warm little hand slip from mine. When life and blindness tore you away, it left a hole in my heart, the shape of you. We two who once shared one body, now it would seem cannot share a room. My son, let us rewrite the story of our lives. Perhaps it is I who have played the vagabond, and you the unbending oak rooted in its place. My fingers yearn to trace the contours of your armor. Which of us is the prodigal, wasting days and years as if they were costless and infinite, saving for some distant day a hoped-for reunion? Let us fly to each other and kill the fatted calf. I will cease my wandering and wait for you here, locked in this anteroom hued with the fleeting gold of sunset, waiting for you to turn the key and enter. Our kindred spirits at last ready to explore unsung music. How is it even possible for one to carve a life out of 40 years of wandering in the wilderness? What was the manna that nourished me? What were the pillars of cloud and fire that guided me? My life journey is a tale of rooting and uprooting, struggling to blossom where I could, if only for a season. A nomadic existence shaped by ceaseless roaming makes for carefully pruned lives grown in flower pots. I have lived my life in the shadow of men, following the patriarch in desert wanderings. He carried the compass while I sang to the children, concealing my silent treasures from lurking thieves. In times of chaos, find something to hold on to. Snatch up the loaf to take on the road, no time for the yeast to work its magic. Slip family jewels into deepest pockets. I have given my life in service to others, knitting scarves for the brave, tending the home fires. I was a steady beacon to discontented itinerants, a lonely torch against dark nights of grief and regret. Like Moses, we must face up to our endings. Let me not sneak away in the dark of night, for I, pillar of tranquil cloud, pillar of dancing fire, am the watchful mother who will never leave you.